Daniel Dae Kim returning to Broadway in the new play Yellowface. It's inspired by real events. It's about a playwright who protests white actors playing Asian roles in Miss Saigon. Then that same playwright accidentally cast a white actor as the Asian lead in one of his own plays. We got to know the stars.
To be able to take some of these issues and laugh at them and laugh together, I think is a way to both make audiences think, but also bring us together. And, the character, the autobiographical character named DHH, makes a lot of mistakes in the show and then tries to cover them up. And I think it's important to say to audiences today, it's okay to make mistakes. You can come back, take accountability, and you can come back from mistakes.
There aren't many playwrights who have the guts to put themselves as a character in their own play, and that kind of meta Pirandello type thing is, I think, one of the intriguing things about this show. And I love the fact that David isn't afraid to poke fun at himself. He's obviously a Tony Award-winning playwright. He's one of our greatest living playwrights, and yet he's, not above pointing out his own flaws and where the mistakes that he might have made.
The title certainly grabs your attention, and I think that's kind of the point of the play, is to invite that conversation. And I think you will walk out with your friends or family discussing the themes in the conversation and what was it saying, and did it say this, or I think this. And I love any film or show or play that gets that conversation going in life.
I mean, it's a comedy of mistaken racial identity, and it starts off being this very funny skewering, and I think what David's doing is drawing a direct line from something that seems innocuous. It seems like, oh, it's just the casting of an actor, it's just this, it's just that, and he's drawing a line from that to very explicit racism and hate crime. And so I think that that's part of what feels fun and unexpected about the show.
I think the biggest thing when I first read it, I was like, what's true and what's not true? It definitely toes the line of like a docu-theater kind of thing. So it'll be up to the audience to figure out what was true about this and what was not. So that was super exciting. And I just felt like, as a Black woman, it's so important to lend my voice to any marginalized group. So I was very excited to be a part of this, and so great I was invited to the party.
It keeps the audience on the edge of their seat. Like, what's real? What's not real? And as it goes through this kind of like documentary, theater kind of documentary story, I think it brings the audience in. It makes you say, wow, I've become a part of this tale, whether I wanted to or not. I'm here in the room and it's happening in front of me. I'm really looking forward to that kind of feeling of the audience being brought in, and we're all like experiencing this together.
What it really is about, to me, ultimately, is, what roles do we get to play on stage and off, and who actually gets to decide? Oftentimes we think, that we're cast in certain ways, we are seen in certain ways, and those are the roles that we are just inevitably have to play. And I love that in the play, so many of us get to play lots of different parts, because actually in real life, what the play says is we get to decide. We actually have a role to play in the stories that we get to write ourselves.